Good morning, I'm Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all having a good morning. I am going to show you how I made this beautiful natural Easter basket. I just love it, and I'm going to show you using all Dollar Tree materials how you can make this. So what you're going to need is a metal hanging basket. And like I said, you can pick this up at the Dollar Tree. You'll need one of these grapevine wreaths, and also can be picked up at the Dollar Tree. Also, I'm not sure if any of you are aware of it, but you can order from them online and not buy case prices nowadays. I do like to do tutorials that are budget friendly. Now, this one is a Dollar Tree basket. I did the first one with a branch from outside because they did not have these out. I went today and they had those. Of course, they were out of these. So these Cocos is what they're called, Coco liners. I picked this one up and they're 14-inch at Lowe's. They do sell these at the Dollar Tree. I just couldn't get another one to do the tutorial. So I did cut this down because clearly 14 inches is a little bit large. You'll need some twine, some wire, and some moss. They did not have a lot of moss at the Dollar Tree, but I have some. Hopefully that will work for what I need. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your basket and you're literally going to shove it into your wreath. And then we are going to take the wire, and I am just going to put this like halfway through my grapevine because I don't really want to see the wire from the outside. So then we'll just twist it around our wire hanging basket, and then you can use your wire snips. They also do carry these at the Dollar Tree. Those I think I got at Lowe's, but they do carry them. And then I just came around to the other side, did the same thing. Insert it through, halfway through your grapevine wreath, and then I just took my wire and twisted it. I found that, two kind of held it up. If you need to do a little bit more, that's fine too. But you can see that you don't see it from the outside, which is nice. Obviously, we'll need to remove these tags, so I'm going to do so. You're going to need to remove the hooks from the hanging basket because we don't really need those, so we can just clip those off. We'll just pinch those and they should come right off. You might hang on to those, might need them for another project. They are little clips. Okay, so this one looks like it's a little bit weaker on this side, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more wire on this one side because I don't want it to be falling down and sloppy. Okay, so I've got this on. This is, like I said, a nice quick project, but super cute. I'm loving the whole earthy thing. Okay, so these are sticking out. I can always put those on with, or cut them or wire those on, but I'm gonna leave them for right now because I don't even mind that look. So because this was so big, what I'm gonna do is I kind of gotta fold this in and then insert this down in here. Like I said, best if you can get the one at the Dollar Tree, but we're just gonna push that down because it doesn't fit in here too great. It's a little bit big, but it will work. So we're just gonna obviously get the Coco liner in there. Everyone always says, what are these called? I'm like, yeah. So we have that down like that. So now you could, like I said, either use a branch like I did on this one. And what I did is I just found a long branch and literally twisted twine around it. But for this one, I'm going to show you how to just do it with this one. So we're going to pull this out. Hopefully you can get it right out. I'm gonna try not to destroy this whole basket because maybe we'll use it for something else. But it may destroy it. Okay, I'm going to cut it halfway down so that I would like the handle nice and long, so I'm gonna just cut it with my wire cutters. Ugh. Maybe I needed sharper ones. Okay, you can hear it snap. There we go. Okay, now it will pull right out. So looks like they wired that. It looks like they had that actually is attached the whole way down. So like I said, you'll just kind of snip right in here a little bit thick, so you might want to do it like little by little. There we go. We heard it snap that time. There, little muscles. And we'll give that a good tug. There we go. So now we have this handle, and I'm going to obviously put it side by side right along my basket, just like that. I might, let me see, I kind of want to go where it's wider. Okay, I'm gonna attach that through, if you can kind of see, through the grapevine and through the metal basket. So I'm going to start with this side and kind of open it up a little. And then we're going to, I'm going to use the twine, the jute, and I'm going to tie it on there. So I'm going to go, I'm going to take this back out because there's no sense in that right this second. We're going to put it through, there's like a little metal hook that's on these baskets. I'm going to put that twine through here. And then I'm going to go around the basket handle. And we're going to knot this to hopefully hold that tight. And what I'm going to do is go around here a couple times along the bottom. So hopefully you can see. We're just going to take the twine and attach it to the basket metal right here. I'm going to just twist it around here just to try to hold it on nice and tight. We may even just use a little glue. There's no, perfect way or anything like that, but I'm just kind of twisting it around there. I'm going to grab both my ends and re-knot it. This was probably the trickiest part of it all, just trying to get that attached. Not too hard, obviously, just awkward positioning. My little chunky fingers. I could have left the string a little longer. Okay, so we're getting that knotted. Here it comes. Okay, and then I think I'll just add a little bit of glue. And I'm gonna kind of push that under because I'm hoping that the copular is probably why I wanted that in first, so that we don't see that on the outside of the basket. But I'm gonna add a little bit of glue right next to it just to kind of hold it down. We'll just hold that down for a second, just to hold that in place. And honestly, we might have to redo that when I put this one down on this side. So again, I'm going to stick this kind of through the grapevine because that pretty much holds it if you can get it in a nice tight spot. See, like that one is nice and really tight, so it's already kind of held in there. We're gonna obviously do some twine so it doesn't fall off. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend picking it up by the handle, but you could. So we're gonna tie a knot around the basket, around the handle, just to hold it tautly there. We'll do that, tie it a few times there. I'm gonna put this through the bottom here and tie it on this edge again, just to give it a little bit more security. Like I said, I don't even think I have to glue this one. Cut off my little bit of strings there so it won't be so noticeable from the outside. Okay, we're moving along now. All right, so we have our handle and we have our basket. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back in there. We're gonna, like I said, kind of fold it and push back in because this one's a little bit bigger. And you can always cut those if you have to, with some garden scissors or whatnot. So what I didn't want to see, and I'm gonna see if I can just use a little glue right here to hold this flap down on the inside. Once you fill it, you're not gonna see it anyway, so it's not a big deal, but me, I'm always so picky. Okay, it's not dry quite yet. But then we're going to take our moss. Now, a couple ways you could do this. You could take twine and twine over this, like I did on the other one, or I'm thinking you could put moss on it because it's green. So obviously, if you're going to twine on it, you're going to start your twine and you're going to go round and round. You can either, you know, keep bringing that around and around. Let's see here. I'm gonna see how that looks. I was thinking of putting moss, but since I don't have a lot of moss, I wanted to cover it because it was green. I thought the moss would be really pretty around it, but I'm thinking we'll just go around this one to make it look more natural. We'll just go around it, and I'm not gonna do it real tight, but you could. I think it would be super pretty, like all the way twine, not seeing any of the green, which you could totally do. You know, this is, you know, what crafting is all about. You do it, you know, how you like it. These are just ideas to get you started and materials that you might not have even thought of using to do the craft. So I'm liking this. So like I said, the other one, I didn't have a handle because I couldn't find a basket, so I used a branch from outside a twig. I just went outside literally and cut one off my tree and did this same thing around just to hold them all because they had little ones, because we're in Arizona, we don't have a lot of big trees. Obviously you couldn't use too big of a branch or you wouldn't be able to bend it, but you know, you could probably use a more sizable one. You could also even cut the wreath apart and use that if that's all you had available. But I'm liking that. I'm gonna give myself a little space here to tie it around. And we'll just re-knot this. I really appreciate everyone watching and supporting my channel, because that helps me be able to buy more crafts and things like that to do more tutorials. So if you hit the subscribe button, you'll see all my new tutorials coming up. I had a little leftover from another project, so I'll probably use that. And this is also leftover. I used it yesterday to do 3 moss projects. I love moss, and it really has a nice earthy look. But what I'm gonna do, and this is the deer moss you can buy at the Dollar Tree. So why I wanted this is where we wired. I just want to be able to cover that up. So we're just going to take a little bit of glue, plus this kind of holds your basket down. If you use a generous amount of glue and some moss to go around it, you can glue these two together by just, you know, putting a big chunk of glue and some moss. So that will hold that basket and your cocoa liner in. So you're just gonna finish this up like that. And any gaps like you have here where this wire is, we're just gonna put a generous amount of glue and obviously some moss. So that will keep it from having those big spaces. Just put a little on the cupola, a little bit on the wood, break up your moss and put it around the edge. Just push down and that will hold it all together. Little on here, little on here. Pull it apart, just put little bunches on there. Just so you can cover up all these little spots. We'll just kind of break it up and put it right around here. Like I said, I probably would have grabbed 2 bags of moss, but I did a tutorial yesterday. I did grab 2 and I should have grabbed more, but I did a tutorial yesterday with the moss. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out, because it was for Easter, St. Patrick's Day, and Valentine's Day. Now, definitely you'll need to have a few extra glue sticks here. Grab one more. You can grab those at your Dollar Tree too. But you're definitely gonna need a generous amount of glue for this little project. Put it on your basket and then put some more moss. This just looks so natural and earthy. Just has that nature kind of feel. I know that's been real popular. There's a big gap over here, so I'm just gonna add some on the wood and on my cocoa. We're just gonna bunch that up and push it right into the glue. So that'll hold those down. And we have a little bit more here to cover our wire. The good thing about the Spanish moss is that it's a little bit more wet, and so it doesn't make as big of a mess. I like the green, the real green dark stuff, but it is so flaky and messy. So I think we're just gonna make it here. Ooh, I got lucky. Today is my lucky day. I was worried I wasn't gonna have enough because you could put as generous or as little as you like, but I just thought it makes it really look very natural. And like I said, it kind of covers up this ugly edge. We'll see how good of a glue job I did here when I pick it up. Yeah, see, it stayed on pretty good. So you can see this is our natural basket. Super cute. I will cut this stick down here a little bit, but you can see you can just fill it now with some bunnies or eggs or whatnot. But I just thought this was a super cute project and I love it. Hopefully you guys like it too. Again, I'm Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace and I really appreciate you guys watching and have a great day.